good evening or good late afternoon to all of you, but also those online. There's over 20 people and maybe more who are joining as we progress in today. So the topic today is living light, living free, and being happy. So I would first of all like to ask a few questions to all of you. You can note them down, maybe physically or in your mind. But we just had this topic in Bahrain and the format. Okay. Amazing. Perfect. No translation. So the translation of happiness is, there is no translation. So we had just done this topic in Bahrain, and it was very interesting, very creative, and people actually left feeling more happy. Not to say they weren't happy, but it was a good way to analyze. And so, first of all, I'm just going to ask you some questions. You can jot them down, you can think about it. You may not have the answer now, but you may be able to reflect on it furthermore. So, living lightly, living free. Well, in the world today, I'm sure you will agree that we try our best to live each moment in the current times, but at the same time, we face many challenges, right? Whether it's physically or mentally or financially, but just many challenges we face. Some are very small, some are very big, but whatever it is, we do face these challenges. But ultimately, we still need to live our life because we don't give up. And so, a few questions. Number one, at what percentage would I currently say I am happy? And let's be honest with ourselves, which I'm sure you are, definitely. It could be 20%, 30%, but currently, what is the percentage? Number two, what is the one thing in life that makes me happy? Number three, what does happiness mean to me? Number four, how do you share happiness? Number five, how do you increase your happiness? Number six, what takes your happiness away? Sorry? What takes your happiness away? And next, why is it important to always remain happy? And the last is not a question, but to say smile. So I'd like you to turn to your neighbor, even for those watching online, just to turn around and imagine that somebody's next to you, even if they're not, and smile to them and tell them they are wonderful. and maybe to the person on your left. And then to yourself, which means speaking out aloud. You are wonderful. But when we say it, let's really mean it. You are wonderful. And you can say, I am beautiful, which I think we all know each one is, but I am happy. And so, yeah, sure.
Does anyone have a black MG car parked? Yeah, we have to just repark it. Yeah, thank you. It's in front of a door that doesn't belong, so on the right side. Thank you.
Thank you. So the questions I asked, everything that I share would just be, I'm just sharing with you. So that's another thing in life. When something breaks down, does that take away my happiness? So these are just questions which I actually ask myself. And it's been a good practice over time just to analyze. And it's interesting what comes out, because you may be happy to now, and maybe tomorrow, if something breaks down, your mercury of happiness reduces. And so it's a good way to analyze. Just like when you're not well and you go to the doctor and you find out what is the root cause or what can be done to make myself better. And so like these questions which I have put, I don't go through them every day, but one thing is for sure, again and again, maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, just to check myself. If somebody close to you or somebody whom you live with turns around and says to you, you don't look very happy today, you're very miserable, you may feel angry or you may feel, who are they to tell me this? And so your best friend is the mirror. Look at the mirror and ask these questions to yourself, because it really is a good way that you become your own friend, you become your own doctor, and you become your own nurse, and you analyze. And so it's a good topic, I feel, now in the current time, that am I living my life very lightly? Am I living my life freely? And how can I increase my happiness? These days in the world, because of 3 specific things, people have going up and down. One is possessions, and the other is people, and the other is circumstances. Possession is, she has a new kitchen, I want a new kitchen now, I need one right now. Then people, we start to compare, we start to comment, we start to criticize. And so that also creates a barrier for my happiness. And possessions. So possessions, people, and circumstances. Circumstances is too hot today. The AC is broken. Leave me alone. Or in the UK, it's very cold today. Don't talk to me. It's been raining for the last 4 hours. And so matter, climate, the weather, that also has an impact on my mind, right? If you're hungry, but you don't have the stamina to cook, what happens? Or you go home and you sing or you shout and you say, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, right? And so Again, I'm not sure about here, but back home, people don't have time to cook these days. And so what they do Uber Eats. And then sometimes the Uber Eats takes 20 minutes to 1 hour to 2 hours, depending on the time of the day. So if it's early evening, then of course they're very busy because office time is finished. And so people don't have patience. And patience is a big thing that destroys my happiness. Why? Because I want something now. I don't want to wait. And I want it to happen at this moment, my way, or it's a highway. And so understanding and acceptance is a big thing. But the other quality, I would say, is gratitude. Appreciating what I have and something that I don't have, not to dwell about it, not to think about it. Because nowadays, people have cars, but they still want a better car. But there's many people out there who can't afford a car. And so let's have gratitude for what we have. Back in London, many people are homeless now. If you go into the proper London state and where the underground is, many people are sleeping rough. And before, people used to ask for money. Now they don't ask for money. You know what they ask for? Food. One slice of bread. Because a sandwich or a cup of coffee or tea is like 5-6 pounds. I'm not sure of the conversion here, but that's how expensive it is. And so people are homeless. And still, I have everything. Let me just check myself. Am I grateful for what I have? Am I appreciating what I have? Or do I still pine and ask for more? What is it? And so it's a good check-in point, a good way to analyze. And you know, there's a story of a young child. He had everything, but he wasn't happy. And so he said to his mother, "Why am I not happy? I have PlayStation, I have a good education, I have good friends, I have a good school, I have a big room, but I'm not happy." And his mother said, "I don't know what else we can do, I can give you." And this is why I touch on possessions. He said, "Okay, what I'll do is I'll go to the neighborhood and ask a few people if they're happy." So he went knocking on the first door and he said, the lady opened the door, "Are you happy?" And she said, "No, not really. I have backache for so many months, but I'm managing. I'm okay, but I'm not happy." Then he went to the second home. "Are you happy?" And the lady there said, "No, no, no. I haven't been paid for so many months. How can I be happy? Money is happiness." And then he went knocking on the third door. "Excuse me, sir, are you happy?" "No, no, please, what are you doing here? Get out from here. I'm a very busy man." And he goes, "What a question." And he slammed the door. So like that, he went knocking on the doors of the homes, asking, "Are you happy?" But he saw, after some time, nobody opened the door and said, "Yes, yes, I'm happy." No. And then he was just wandering, just walking, and he saw a man just sitting on the side, just smiling and playing his musical instrument. And he goes, "He looks very happy." So he went to him and he said, he didn't ask him, "Are you happy?" He said, "You're very happy, aren't you?" And he goes, "Yes, I am." And she said, So he asked, what is the secret? And you know what he said? I don't really have anything. I have very little, but I'm happy. And so the moral is, we don't need so much of so many things to be happy. When you have too much of something, you become very confused, or you are in a debate with your mind. And he told him, I just appreciate what I have. I earn a few pounds just by playing this musical instrument, but that's it. And it just gets me something to eat. So the moral is to appreciate what we have and to value what we have, but most of all, to value each other. And especially, we all know when it's birthdays or any special occasion, then we give blessings to each other. Happy birthday, or congratulations on your new job or your new home, etc. But then what happens the next day? We forget. We're back to square one, right? Yes, no? If your dinner is hot, you are happy. If it is stone cold, maybe you're happy, but not totally happy. What about a cup of tea? The simple things. Tea is drank hot, maybe lukewarm, but not cold. And so, again, if you look in life, there's always three things: possessions, circumstances, and people. And so, I need to see for myself, what is it that destroys my happiness? We cannot blame, name, or shame others, but we are the ones that have the answer to this. What is the one thing that has taken away our life, our time today? Anyone? Nothing? Ego. Yes, subtle ego. Ego, the spelling is EGO. And really, when we hold on to something, I think our ego ferments. It becomes very strong. And if you let go of the E, then you can definitely go. Ego. Anything else? Expectations, yes, 100% to be acknowledged. Greed. Anger. Anger destroys everything and anyone. I'm not my? Yes. People can, yeah, people do. They want, they pine, they thirst for happiness. But something that we live with day in, day out, everything you've shared is very good. It means you've thought about it internally. What about technology? Who doesn't have a mobile phone here? Everybody has a mobile phone. So what happens if your charger is not working and you have gone out for the day and you can't charge your phone? Are you okay? You're not okay. No. 9 out of 10, we're not okay. It's like we become discharged with our own inner being. And so these days when people wake up, they reach for the mobile to see how many messages, how many missed calls, but the main thing is when they can't charge the phone, how they become very disconnected. Or they get annoyed with family members or friends. Don't talk to me. Where's my charger? Who borrowed it? Right? And so technology has taken over. We've allowed technology to take over. It's not wrong to have a mobile, but we have to live in the present moment. No charger, no charger. If there's no PowerPoint, no PowerPoint. What to do? But these are minor things that we face in day in and day out, which takes away our happiness. And I'm not just sharing like that, but this has even happened to me, and I was like all over the place. Now I've underlined, just go with the flow. And what is more important than anything else is my happiness. Do I allow other people to steal my happiness? Do I allow my happiness to be destroyed? Well, I think the answer we all know is we are responsible for our own happiness. And I know of an incident, this has happened to me 2-3 times back home, where I've gone into the washroom for a shower and the water's been stone cold. Here you can get away with showering cold water. And then we realized the boiler's broken down. So all I did, in 1 cup of water, just quickly showered, maybe not properly, of course you can't, and come out, because there, if you shower with cold water in the cold, you catch a cold. So then I came out of the bathroom and very quietly, I saw what the problem was. I called the company and I made sure other members didn't have a shower. And this has happened to me on a few occasions. And if I look back, the first time I reacted. You know, it's like, not that I was angry or shouting, but I reacted. I was getting very annoyed. But the last time it happened, I think it was last December, I just managed it very quietly and very respectfully. It's not my fault there's no cold water, but it's not the boiler's fault that the boiler's broken down. It's wear and tear. And so all these things that we don't have AC in our bedrooms there. We have it in public buildings, but we haven't reached to the heat that you have here. Maybe in the summer for a few days, but that's manageable. But the point is that when things break down, it could be anything. It could be your car, or any physical thing, your cooker. Then do I break down? Does my inner happiness break down? And well, the answer is most of the time. Maybe not every time, but most of the time. What about when your flight is cancelled, your flight is delayed, or everyone's trying to board the plane, but the plane's not going to leave without all the passengers? So practical things that we face day in and day out, do they destroy my happiness? And really, the biggest gift today is to be happy and to share happiness. People think by buying gifts, we can make others happy. It's true, it's an act of kindness, but it's only for a short time. If you were to buy someone a gift every day, then maybe yes. But who buys a gift every day for you? Or do you buy a gift for somebody every day? I think it would be very expensive. And so, true happiness, how much does it cost? How much does it cost to smile? Can you buy it in Amazon or Lulu? And that's it. Sorry? For sure. Yeah. So that's a law. You give happiness, you receive happiness. You give respect, you receive respect. If you hurt others, then it will come back and bounce back at you. Somewhere you will receive that hurt and pain. And so, yes, just to smile, just to be kind to one another. You may not know others, but even when you're just passing by. And so just to be very caring, very loveful, very respectful. So all these inner qualities, they actually build up and actually bring great joy to you. Joy, happiness, contentment, satisfaction, appreciation. But the one I'm underlining today is gratitude. Deep gratitude for who you are. Just because your brother or sister has a better job than you doesn't make you any less. It just so happens that is the way it is. And I know a scenario where I passed my driving test first time, but my sister passed on the 5th time. Who was better, me or her? No, no one was. No, one of us was. No. Sure, sure. Actually, but the reason I use this example is you're right, nobody was better, but she gained more experience because she learned from her mistakes. So maybe there's another way of putting that. But so what she gained, the result was great. Why? Because she didn't give up and we made sure she didn't give up. But also she learned from her mistakes. And then even on the 5th time, she said, I'm not going to take the exam. I don't want to keep wasting money, as it's quite costly there to keep taking your driving test. And we gave her great encouragement. And because we gave her that good positive push, she came back and she said she passed. And so why I use this example, not that I was any less, but I had to learn from my mistakes later on. She learned from her mistakes before. But ultimately, our goal was the same, that we need to pass our driving test. And then the other quality associated is patience. When there's patience, you will never become a patient. Because when we rush, when we do things in a very anxiety way, or we're worried and we're just rushing around, that actually diminishes our peace. And when we diminish our peace, we end up in many pieces. So we're broken down. And so peace is the foundation to our daily living, to live our life peacefully and happily. And so why I use the word patience, today, everywhere, in every possible way, patience, speaking to others, speaking to one another, doing something, whether you're doing ironing or cooking or even all the household chores, to do that respectfully and patiently, you will feel happy and satisfied. What happens when you do things in a rush? You know the answer. You will rush and then your cooking may be burnt, your clothes may be burnt, but something will happen somewhere. And so take extra time. Yes, to be on time, but to take the time to fulfill that. And so living lightly, living freely, and to experience happiness means to analyze for yourself. So now I'd like to invite all of you to have a big, big smile. Just think of a moment in your life which made you very, very happy. And that moment even may be now that we are all here together. So just take a moment to reflect. Maybe there was 2 incidents, and then emerge that smile on your face. And you know, they say, even if you don't want to smile, if you smile, it's good for your muscles and your blood circulation. I do believe in this. So how important it is to smile and to enjoy and to laugh. Not that the whole day you are laughing, but to be happy. And the other aspect connected is, of course, during the course of the day, some things may go wrong, some things may not be right, some things may not be according to plan, but we go with the flow. We can't change. The weather here is perfect at the moment, but there, when we wake up, one day it is raining, one day it's sunshine, one day it's snowing, we never know. And they say the British weather controls the human minds. So when somebody's moody, it means that it's raining. But this is a thing. We should not be influenced. Again, coming back to the three, you remember? Possessions, circumstances, and people. Whether it's rain or shine, I can be happy if I want to be. If I don't want to be, again, it's in my hands. So, shall we think of a moment peacefully of a time we were happy? And if you can't remember, then just smile and see how you feel. Shall we take a few moments? Okay, are we ready to smile to ourselves or to our neighbors? Or to me? I can see many, many smiles. It's very nice from up here. And also those online, I invite you to this exercise as well. How do you feel? How do you feel compared to when you came here today? Of course, better. You feel lighter. I think the atmosphere is very light. Can we be happy? Oh, yes, okay. Maybe I'll try until we go out on the street. Sorry? Till you're hit with the first problem. Yeah. Of course, we do face challenges, and that's why that was one of the first things I said, that we do face challenges day in and day out. And they're small, they're big, but how do I manage them? If I can manage them, then definitely I can manage this. I can overcome this, you know. And the thing is, I asked a question to a group in London. So I teach positive thinking there, but there's many other creative things we do. But one of the questions I asked is, when you feel low and not so happy, what do you do? So some people said, I play with the phone or I watch TV. But an interesting answer came, I eat. And so I asked them very nicely, for how long do you eat? And they said, well, as long as I can. And it was interesting because they themselves then said, but after I've eaten so much, I feel terrible. So see, when people are at their lowest, you have to find your own method. So for me, I would go for a walk, or I would listen to good music or some songs. I'm not sure eating is that right answer, but it may be working for some. But then you need to stop somewhere. How much can you eat? Somebody else said I sleep and I make sure I don't get up till the next morning. I definitely can't sleep for so many hours. And I'm sure you will agree, we can't sleep for so many hours non-stop. We may have broken sleep, but we can sleep, but just for so many hours. And so it was interesting to see how different people in the group had different perspectives. But what was ultimately very fascinating is everyone still had an aim to be happy and not to be influenced by others, not to be influenced by the things that are happening around the world, not to be influenced, but to help each other. Because apart from ourselves, our friends, our family, our colleague, they are also dealing with things day in and day out. And so what can we do? We need to help them as well. How can we help them? To encourage them, to be happy. But if they're feeling low and then I'm coming into that influence and feeling more low, how am I helping them? So this is why for us to maintain our happiness and for us to find a method for ourselves will truly help us very much. So this is a topic, it doesn't just stop here. After you leave here today, you can think about it, you can analyze about it, you can write about it, but there's so many ways or methods or means of understanding how you can be happy. And I think for me right now is coming away from my own comfort zone, I would say, or from my normal place where I live. It's a sign of happiness. To have a little break is being happy. But day in and day out, if you're there, and if you can't come out, then you have to live in that moment, but find a way to be happy. And I always say, if you're doing something that doesn't make you happy, it's better not to do it. I believe in this a great deal. If I'm making a cake and I'm just doing it because I have to do it, the cake will be flat, I will be flat, and it's not going to be worth it. So we have to find out for ourselves. And again, I underline to become our own teacher, our own friend, our own doctor, our nurse, and then to analyze. And for that, where do you look? In the mirror, and you see yourself. And then the last method, on YouTube now, they have many Zumbas and many walks. So just dance. Yeah. So one you do every day. So even 10 minutes or 15 minutes, dance is a very good therapeutic. It doesn't get rid of your problems, but it helps you to deal with your problems or your issues. And so you can be at home, one person, two people, just enjoy, go to the gym or go and do a dance therapy. So find something that you enjoy. I'm not sure if TV is the answer because I think things on the TV or Netflix these days are more depressing than ever before. Yes? Yeah, they're more depressing than ever before. So I'm going to just go back to the questions. And if anyone would just like to answer for themselves or share with the group, that would be good. At what percentage are you happy? This is not a test. It's just how we analyze and get our mind to be thinking. So maybe one or two people can just answer, or would they like to share with the group? So the question, sorry? 30%. Okay. 90%. Okay. So you're
90%. Yeah.
90% because you've come back from holiday. Can I ask you this question maybe in a week's time? That's brilliant. And 30%, thank you for your honesty. And I hope it's good to just speak in the mic because there's many online. Yeah, people online, there's over 20.
Yeah, I don't know, it might be a question. I think there is levels of happiness. Like you can't be all the time 100% happy.
No.
You can be 10%, 15, sometimes 50, 90, like the lady here. But is this the norm? I mean, would be unnormal for someone to be 100% happy all the time.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
sometimes 10 or 20 is good enough, fair for the
10
day.
and
let's
20
say.
is not bad. 30 is not bad.
Yeah.
At least there's some element of happiness there.
So that's number one. Number two, can I go on with another question?
Yeah, if you have a question.
I believe happiness is like a stretchy word, like the definition of happiness itself. What makes me happy maybe is not the same that what makes my neighbor happy.
Yeah.
I mean, she's happy with a vacation. I might be happy with a walk or a book or something. So is this something that anyone here can relate to?
Yeah. I think many people. Does anyone want to answer that? Definitely what's for sure, like I said, you may be happy because you've just come back from holiday, which is good. And you have 30% of happiness. That's brilliant. At least there's an element of happiness there. But for you to become maybe happy, you may be facing something or just dealing with something, or maybe your job is stressful. And whatever it may be, but we can help each other. And you may want to then think, okay, let me go for a walk, or let me go for a cup of coffee, or just the basic things that make me happy. So yeah, definitely. That can increase. And the thing is, you are 100% right. We're never 100% happy. Why? Because daily living, the art of living, means the art of dealing and facing different things, whether it's myself or family members. You're welcome.
I just wanted to say something opposite, like always.
Just keep a bit
Yeah.
far away.
I think I'm just happy. If I want to translate it to percentage, I would say it's 100. Of course, happiness is a kind of a wave. Sometimes it's 100, sometimes it is 0. I used to be 0. I've been there. Now I think I'm happy, just happy. And it's not because something happened, not because I have something. If I ask this question myself, why I am happy, the answer is because I'm connected with myself. I just am, and
That's
it's
nice. You're
that's
being
it.
you, basically. Connected to yourself means being yourself. Nice, very nice. Any more questions? Now we're on questions before I ask the question. So I'm just going to jump. What takes your happiness away? Did anyone think about that? And would like to share? Just to speak in the mic because there's many online.
Many times the situation, circumstances, you can say, the expectation from the kids, like, at the job, if somebody act differently than our expectation. So these are the circumstances,
Yeah.
although we hear now, like we have to like keep ourselves away from all these circumstances. We should leave all the expectations, but as a human beings, it's very difficult. But still, we are trying our best. But
you're still smiling.
yeah, that is the main thing. Like, I just do yoga. I have a yoga teacher. Before, I hardly smile, but he suggested, do one thing. Suppose you don't feel smile at all, but just act just do like this. So this is a exercise. Your muscle will give a signal to your brain that you are happy. Brain don't see whether you are happy or you are really smiling, but you just do like this. Pull the muscles, do like this. Only do that. So what I used to do when I am at work, in between, I just go for a 5-minute break, walk around, just smile like this and nobody is there around, but still I just do. But that really makes a big difference in my the that's how we have to also think to increase the 30% to 40 maybe. In future maybe it will go to 60.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like the brother said, it's happiness is like a wave. So yes, definitely. But one thing is, which I had shared earlier, it's really important, even if you're in the washroom or even if you're in the kitchen, just to keep smiling. It is a big act of kindness. So does anyone want to answer the question? What takes away your happiness? You said situations. Anybody else?
there's one.
Okay.
I think like she had said expectations and then trying to control situations or trying to control how people act or what they're doing. Because you think, like, well, I wouldn't do it like that or I wouldn't behave like that. So it causes like disappointment and negative emotions.
Yep, definitely. Expectations is a big, big thing. You wanted to say something? The sister. You wanted to?
Okay. Okay. Actually, I have more things to do to feel happy. Just if I feel sad, I go sing. Okay. My voice,
Sing.
yes, my voice is very bad, but I go on the room and I have a huge voice and like this in the mirror. In the mirror. Also, I go with dancing, everything, Indian, Egyptian, everything. I do like this. Do yoga, breathing, and thanks God for everything. يعني if the bad things or the good things, because I don't know what the plan. It's from the God. He chose everything for me, so I go with the flow. And I love to help people. That's make me very happy.
Nice.
Also, I have I love to let the people smile. If she have a bad thing, that's my message for us. Smile, keep smile. I have TikTok also every day. I do TikTok for the us to go keep smiling, keep smiling. If you have a bad situation, I take with the comedy way and do for smiling. Also, I'm يعني little stress. Oh, can I speak in Arabic?
Yeah, sure.
Can I speak Arabic شوية؟ اوكي عادي طيب
Arabic.
little
Okay.
because I need to explain more.
No understand Arabic.
because I need to explain more.
She can translate.
اوكي طيب السعادة بالنسبة لي او ان انا اعيش سعيدة هي مش مجرد حالة انا بعيشها، لا دي شخصية انا بخش جواها. حتى لو الحزن موجود وده طبيعي. انا سرحت معلش. اوكي حتى لو الحزن طبعا موجود وهو اوريدي
She has
معايا.
to translate.
اوكي
So sometimes happiness is not like a state, it's not something outside, but it's like a state that I feel.
حتى لو في حزن وده امر طبيعي جدا ان احنا نشعر بالحزن لان احنا بشر. طبيعي جدا ان انا ابقى زعلانه النهارده وبكره ابقى مبسوطه. بس هي الفكره ان انا ما اقعدش وقت طويل في الحزن. خدوا وقتكم في الحزن عادي.
Nice. So it's not that sadness doesn't come, it comes and I feel it and I let it pass. صح.
صح. كمان انا لو استمريت في الحزن، شوفوا انتوا لو تخيلوا انتوا دايره طاقه بتبعتوا اللي انتوا حاسينه، فهتستقبلوا اللي انتوا بعتوه. فالنقطة دي بجد مهمة قوي. لو انا رحت قلت لشخص الفلاني صباح الخير، صباح الفل، عامل ايه، اخبارك ايه؟
It's a
إيه بقى؟
choice. It's a choice to remain in sorrow, and it's a choice to want to think about that sorrow. It will come. anyway.
الطاقة او الانرجي بتاعت الحب اللي انا اديتها لها او الهابينس هترجع لي تاني. واهم حاجة بقى من كل ده الامتنان. الامتنان مهم جدا في الحياة، زي ألف ب تنفس كده. بصحى الصبح بشكر ربنا على كل حاجة هو اداها لي، سواء حلوة أو إحنا من وجهة نظرنا شايفينها إن هي وحشة.
Love and I always like to give love and happiness. It always comes back, and I feel like the most important thing is gratitude. So I wake up in the morning and I think, what has God given me? What do I have in my life?
الله فنانة والله. وغير كده وكده بقى ما اتفرجش على أخبار سيئة، ما عيش في الأحداث، لأن إحنا كده كده زي ما قالت إحنا هنتأثر. فأوكي أتفرج وشوف إيه اللي بيحصل، بس ما نجرفش ورا المشاعر. ما اعملش فولو لاي حد بيطلع مشاعر وحشه. بصراحه انا عامله انفولو للكل عشان انا ما بحبش، انا احب احافظ على
I like to
الطاقة
protect
بتاعتي.
my own happiness and my own energy.
وأخيرا وليس الأخير إن إحنا كده كده عايشين وقت وهنمشي، بناخد دورنا مرة واحدة، فهنعيشها بقى بالإكستريم خالص.
Anyways, we live one life, so let's live it to the fullest. and
Just
enjoy.
smile بقى.
Just smile.
Smile.
Thank you.
كل smile.
Everybody smile. Thank you.
So this brother, to give the mic to this brother. Okay, so the last one from the brother. You sure? Okay. So, okay, last one.
Last but not least,
Okay.
you told three things, no? Among that three things, people. It's my weakness is that we are good to all, we smile with all, but sometimes you smile, but the other person not smile or not respond. You speak good way to other people, but someone is not like a rude or giving answer rudely to you. So that kind of things immediately affect and impact and makes your fall down 100 to 0. And it takes a long time to come back. So what is the solution? We know everything, ignore the people or don't think about the people, but practically it not works.
Just to say what Sister had highlighted earlier, have no expectations. Just because I give respect, I may not receive respect. But the other thing is not to think it's not possible. Even to think something is good, even if it's not good, is being positive. So positive energy, positive thoughts play a big impact. And now I will say happily that we have finished. And because I'm conscious of time, we have meditation at 6:30. But did that answer your question? We cannot stop being kind to people and smiling. Just because you don't smile to me doesn't mean I can't smile to you. The give and take is important, but ultimately no expectation. So I'd like to finish with a few moments of meditation, and then we would like to happily share sweet and blessing for all of you to take away. And one practice I would like to request all of you, before you go to bed today, look in the mirror and smile different ways. As the sister said, it's good to do it. So you can do it like this, you can do it artificially, but end with a natural, pure, real smile. Pure means real smile. Okay? So thank you. And it was nice to meet all of you.